All right, team, how we doing? This is Coach Dana Cavalea coming at you here. Episode 1 of 2021, episode 1 of the new year. 2020 is behind us. Some of you are very excited about that, and others are saying, hey, you know what, Coach? I killed it in 2020. I really would love to have that year back. And if you're in that camp, I want to invite you to challenge yourself to have an even better 2021. And for those who couldn't get it together in 2020 for whatever the reason, I want to invite you to have your best year yet coming here in 2021. We all have that opportunity. I shared last week, I said, listen, December 31st, when the clock flipped and flipped the year and we got to January 1, we have a chance now to all start fresh. The clock is at 0. The score, us versus 2021, it's 0-0. So let's make it a great year. Let's commit to that. But before we could do that, we have to ask ourselves, hey, what did I do well last year? And where did I find myself going off track? I'm going to share with you something personally. I go off track when I spend too much time on social media, Instagram specifically, because it alters the way I think about what it is that I'm doing. So I get too many ideas and I start to think too much about what I should do, what I could do, and it really requires me to always go back and say, hey, what is it that you do? What is it that you're committed to? What is the journey that you're on? And I have to remind myself of that. And I'm sure many of you feel the same way. So going into 2021, one of the things that I'm committed to is living in real time. Living in real time, spending less time actually engaging socially. Picking a time of day where I go on, I do what I have to do, and I get out, and less time checking, seeing how things are performing, because that doesn't serve me. It actually sets me back, and therefore, if it sets me back, it sets those that I coach back, and I don't want to have that. So for you, what is it that you want to do? What steals your attention? What steals your passion away? What distracts you? Who distracts you? Write all those things down so you can steer clear and navigate away from them come this new year, which we're in now. It's happening. We're in it. So the clock's ticking. I'm recording this January 3rd, Sunday. So it's amazing how the year just starts and we're in it already. And if you take a full year, 365, and you minus 3, we are already down to 362 days. Now, I don't say that to say, hey, man, time just flies and, we're running out of time. I say that because I want to let you know that time does pass. And every day, I just encourage you to take one action forward. One of my great clients, very successful man, I call him Riley. His real name is Barry. And he would always tell me, D, just hit a single today. Tomorrow, just go out and hit a single. And I want to, with baseball season a month plus away from spring training, I want to invite you to say, hey, what is my single? Or ask the question, what is my single today? So what are you going to do today that gets you a step closer to where it is you want to go? What are you going to do today that allows you to hit that single? What symbolizes you hitting a single today? Because when you study the habits of successful people, the champion habits of champions, it's not that they're doing things different. They're just very consistent in the things that they do. And that's something that lacks, because many folks out there today, they desire variety over consistency. And even when it comes to many like the workout programs that are promoted today, it's all about variety. And when you train high performance athletes and high performance people, it's actually about eliminating variety and finding what works and applying intense levels of focus and consistency and compliance to those things. And that's what I want to invite, again, all of you to focus on is, what is it that moves the needle for you? What are the things that you do that move the needle for you? And you have to know those things. And if you don't, you're going to need help to figure out what those things are. That's what a great coach can do for you. And this year on the show, I want to get more into coaching. I want to coach you. I want to show you the value of a coach. And I want you to understand how you can do a lot of research on yourself, habits, behaviors, patterns, and reverse a lot of them to work in your favor. And when you're not doing that, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Because too many of us, we sit in a position of idle, which makes us feel like we're going backwards. And as a result, we don't achieve what it is that we want to achieve, and we can't have that, right? This is a podcast and a show for people that are looking to move themselves, their families, their lives, their businesses, their careers, their teams forward. So we're all about forward. I come from the world of professional sports and professional business, which is all about forward. It's all about putting points on the board, and that's what we have to do. We have to put points on the board. We have to score. If we did some scoring last year, we got to do more scoring this year. But we want to do it without killing ourselves. We want to do it by being strategic, by being smart. So let's look at your life. Let's look back on what was working, what wasn't working. And if you don't know and you need help discovering that, we should probably have a conversation. But we got to help you identify the things that you do that I say give you an ROT, which is a return on time, or an ROE, which is a return on energy, to move you forward. That's what this is about. So take your life seriously. Take the minutes that you have seriously. Don't waste those minutes, because when you waste them, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get tension that takes you over, and you're not going to be moving forward. And you're not going to be moving forward from a place of peace. And that's where I want you to come from. So I'm starting this year out with you a bit lighter, but don't worry, I'll get a little bit more aggressive in my coaching as we go, because I want to push you. I want to motivate you. I want to inspire you. I want to challenge you to be great. But greatness starts with you identifying the things that you do that move the needle for you, both personally and professionally, and giving those things time each and every day. That's what it's all about. So that's my message for you today. We have to discover the things that move the needle. We have to discover those things that move the needle for you, and then get you to stick to those things. And don't feel like you need variety or you need to be doing too much in order to achieve a goal. Great performers are very simple people. They live simple lives. They do simple things, but they do those things with incredible levels of focus and consistency. What do you do with incredible levels of focus and consistency? Some people may say, Coach, I do nothing yet. And that's what we want to change. That's what this show is about. It's about forward movement, forward growth, champions mindset, champions attitude. And we're going to build you into a champion this year, I promise. So hang with me over the next 52 weeks. And by the end, you're going to look back. I'm going to give you good lessons, practical lessons. This isn't a feel-good show that's just meant to talk about hype and trends. This is about real stuff and real tactics, techniques, and strategies and examples of real people that I coach every single day, and tactics and strategies that I use every single day in developing some of the finest sports and business talent in the world. So this is Coach Dana Cavalea. Simple message to kick off 2021. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, keep coming along that journey with me for the next 51 weeks. Invite a friend or two and help us build our community of champions. This is Coach Dana Cavalea, and I'll see you.